Well, hey there everybody, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day or night. Welcome back to my channel as always. I'm Deluxe. Alright, let's do another freaking Transformer review because I love some freaking Transformers. And today we'll be taking a look at Age of the Primes and their Autobot Powerglide. This is deluxe scale. Yeah, finally getting another one of the mini bots. I think they're almost finished with the mini bots. They're getting close to it. But yeah, it looks really good. Box art, as always, looks beautiful. You got him in his bot mode and his alt mode. Very nice. And you got close-up of the bot mode. And then the same over here as usual. And 20 steps to transform. He does have the heart gimmick, which is nice. And you get the mask too. So that's pretty cool from Hoist Goes to Hollywood episode. Very nice. We got 20 steps to transform. So it should be an easy transformation sequence. So very nice. All right, as always, like, shares, prayers, and Care Bears. Hit that sub button for me if you don't mind. It really helps out the channel. And let's just get right to it. And let's talk about some Transformers Age of the Primes Powerglide. All right, let's go.
All right, let's take a quick look what he comes with. Instructions. Always love Hasbro instructions. Nice big pictures. Easy to follow. Awesome. All right, he does come with his weapon, which is nice. It is painted. You got this nice gray right there. Then you got this painted kind of a silverish gray. Looks really nice. You know, it's got some waffles in there, but it's painted. So that's pretty good. I like that when they do that. And the mask from that one episode from Hoist Goes to Hollywood, it is painted too. This lime green, you got the red, the black, and the white for the teeth. Very nicely done. It's got a nice sheen to it. I like that. You know, as you can tell in the back, it is gray plastic. This will tab in. That's very nice. So yeah, there you go. That is what Powerglide comes with. And away we go. Sorry, Sheebas. All right, so here is Powerglide in his bot mode. That's how he comes packaged, and I think it looks pretty good. Really like it. Now, not a whole lot of paint, but you get the blue eyes and silver face. That is nice. Got a little white or silverish dot right there. Nice Autobot symbol. You do get some blue, red, and yellow paint right there. This is painted red a little bit on his forearms, and that is about it. Really, to be honest, they got a lot of red and gray plastic, as you can tell on the feet. Now there is the turbines. They are painted silver in there. That's a nice little touch. I like that. That's pretty good. And on the back you got this. I do love you got the little rub symbol. It doesn't work, you know, but it is a nice little throw in to the G1, which is nice. It's black and silver paint, which is good. You can see the waffles. I don't know why they couldn't put a flap here, but you know, it is what it is. Not many waffles. So you got this little bit right here just to, you know, for the mushroom pegs. But not really a whole lot of waffles other than just under there, you know, and that's pretty nice. I like that. Pretty cool. All right. So as far as articulation, so you kind of have to untab the back. It does tab in right there. As you can tell, you can hear a little pop. To move the head, you can move it forward or side to side. A little bit up, not much at all. To, you know, nothing to write home about. Now you can also flip this. You have to flip this up just to turn the head around to you know, put on the mask. But you can, if you want to lock it, you can just turn that too. So you have that option. You just lock that back in place, and there you go. So you know, head articulation is not the best. Okay, so you can go all the way around. You can go up to about right there, a little more than 90 degrees, which is nice. You do have a 90-degree elbow bend. You do have a bicep swivel. It does kind of run into this thing right here. This does get in the way a little bit. But you do got that bicep swivel. Nothing for the hands because transformation, you can go up, down, back, and, you know, down and up. And that's about it. So, you know, it is what it is. All right. So I like the Autobot symbol. You do got a waist swivel, which is nice. They could have gave him an ab crunch, definitely. Okay. Not the full Van Damme because you're running into these pieces. But, you know, pretty far enough. I love how the hips go with it, so you do get a nice kick up and a kick back. You do got a thigh swivel, kind of a soft ratchet for the knee bend, which is pretty cool. Like that. Like I said, I like the little silver detail in there. That's nice. They didn't have to do that. Telltale up, nothing really down or up. You do have a rocker. This does kind of, you can move this flap up a little bit to get a rocker, then push it back down. But not the biggest rocker, but I guess it's going to be enough, I guess. There you go. That is that. And then on the back, like I said, cleans up really good. No backpack. All right. As far as the accessories, like I said, you can put the gun in either hand and it will hold it just fine. And you can also, if you want to, find a hole, put something in it, giggity, put it on either side of that way, or you can plug it in the back if you want. And like I said, they got a hard on for carrying the weapons and stuff, or weapon storage and all stuff. So, and then with the mask, like I just showed you, you flip this piece out right there. That's going to be the little gun in front, and you're gonna turn this around like that, and then you just have this right here like that, and there you go. You got the mask, and it looks pretty good, really good actually. But you can store it on the gun. Like I said, they have this thing for storing everything. Let's see if I can move that. Come on. There we go. Push that back down. You can store it, take the little clip right here and put it on right there. And you got weapon storage for that. It looks goofy. I'm not going to do it like that, but you have that option. Options are always great for Transformers. But there you go. There's articulation and sculpt work of Powerglide from Age of the Primes. I think it looks pretty good. Articulation's decent too. So that's nice. I am so sorry, I forgot. You do have the option, with the heart. I just told you at the beginning. You do flip that. There's a little crease right there. You can, if you have a fingernail. I don't have fingernails right now, but you can, and it does show the heart. It is painted. They painted that piece right here, which they didn't have to. It's nice. And they painted this, and you have a little outline of a heart. It's kind of a reddish purple, but, and then you got the O face right there with the screws. But, that's a nice little, touch of detail right there they didn't really have to do. But that is really nice. I like that. So they did paint that in there, the gray and the heart. So there you go. You have that little option too. Sorry about that. And there he is next to Leader Scale Onyx Prime. And there's some Voyager. There's Nexus Prime. You got Soundwave and Thundercracker. And then we got Deluxes. We got Sure Shot, Ratchet, Kranix. We got Wheatley and Windcharger, also mini bots. But why am I paying $30 for a deluxe, and then that's deluxe? They should be their own scale or their own class or something, and not be paying $30 for this and also paying $30 for that. It makes no sense. But there you go. There's some scale for you. All right, let's transform this guy. Okay, so like I showed you how to put the mask on. You have two options. You can leave out the face if you want to, or you can move this around and have like that. So whichever one you choose, your Transformer, have fun with it. All right, you want to take the hand like that. Then you want to move this around. I forgot to show you the articulation you can do. You can go all the way back like 180, but you want to move this around. And then you want to press this up. Instead of leaving it straight, it's going to like a little thump like that. It's got to be at an angle, because you're going to take this piece and slide it over this right here. Like that. You want to do this. Now I've had a little issue with the mushroom peg on this one, so it might pop off. Turn that around, flip this around, and then see, my mushroom peg's falling off all the time. Golly. So let me try that again. The tolerance is right there, really tight, and it won't let me. Let's see if I can. There we go. Yeah, hopefully there's a better mine, but my mushroom peg keeps popping off right there. Then what you want to do, you want to slide it in like that. And there you go. That's how you do that. All right, coming down here, what you want to do is you want to flip these like this. and then you want to take the turbine and kind of angle it up like that. It's on a hinge, and then you want to do this, and then you want to take this piece right here. And you see that little C, little half a moon thing? You're going to make it all the way. It's going to flip, tab into right there. You're going to do the same thing over here. Move that up there, move this, and then tab that. And then you want to tab these in together right there. And you got that. And there you got the rub sign. All right, then you want to take the back piece right here, and it is on another hinge. Kind of just rock it back. And then you want to come in like this. Kind of want to go in an angle because you got to get it right in the right spot. I didn't do mine. Golly. Okay. You got to come in at an angle, and I did not come in at an angle. Let's see if I can get this up. Golly. Get it up, giggity. Okay. Let's try that again. Like I said, you want to kind of come at an angle like downwards. And let's see if I can. There we go. Like that. So it'll lock into place like that. And then you want to take the wings and you're going to move these down, and they're just going to lock into place right here like that, and like that, and you're basically done. This one doesn't tab in the best like those over here. Okay, there, I got you. So, and then if you want to flip this out to have the little pew pew, and there you go. That is how you transform Powerglide. Let me clean him up a little bit and we'll take a look at him. All right. Sorry, I forgot to mention, I forgot to do this. Flip these in. They're supposed to tab it. Not tab, but they just sit in there. So instead of having them up, if you want to have them up, again, it's your transformer. You can do whatever you want. But here he is in his alt mode, and it's okay. It's fine. It's just weird. Like these, you got tabs right there. It looks like they're supposed to tab into something, but it doesn't. And then you got this thing right here, which they should have had this like accordion down to this to maybe cover up, because you can just see the legs and stuff. And so I don't understand why they didn't do that. That's just weird that this just sits there. I mean, it's just, I don't know. That's wild. So overall, it looks okay. My mushroom peg on this arm right here kept falling off. Like I said, but it looks okay. Got silver paint right there. Love the Autobot symbols on the wings. And then you got the rub sign. Would have been cool if it really worked, but they threw that in. That's a nice little nod to the G1. But just, and then they got the silver paint right there. But it's just like, I wish they would have like maybe tabbed into somewhere instead of just living, just looking all out there all willy nilly. And this piece right here, it should have definitely switched, swooped down here to cover up the legs and stuff. So yeah, but there you go. You can, put the gun in the hole if you want to, and if you want to carry, like I said, they have hard on for putting all the accessories on, so weapon storage, but you can do that if you want to. It just kind of looks good. And you can see the hands right there, which, the G1 had the same, thing, but I guess no, the G1 actually hid the hands, I think, if I remember right, but, oh well. But there you go. There is the alt mode for Powerglide. It's all right. It's fine. And there is Blast Off and Gears, and then Dr. Woo Woo Woo, and their Warpath, and there's some scale for you.
Well, hey there, everybody. If you made it this far, as always, freaking appreciate that. Final thoughts on Age of the Primes, and this is their Autobot Powerglide. Overall, he's fine. I mean, I love the bot mode. Looks really good. Transformation's fun, easy. Shouldn't take that long. I did have issues with one of my arms popping off at the mushroom peg, so just be wary of that. Hopefully, yours is not like that. The alt mode, it's not that great. I don't like this piece right here. I wish it would have folded down, had a hinge or something. You can see the arms, and the turbines, they don't tab anywhere. It looks like they should have tabbed somewhere, but they don't. So yeah, it's not the best looking alt mode. Paint wise, it's got a little bit of paint. It's okay. It could use some more. A lot of red plastic, a lot of gray plastic. I do love the nods to the G1, with the mask.
I love the little road sign. That's pretty cool. It would have been cool if it really worked. That would have been nice. And you got the open the the heart thing. That's pretty cool. So I like the nods to the G1 stuff. That's really nice. Like I said, the bot mode looks good. Articulation's on par with what they usually do. Overall, and he's small. You're paying $30 for a deluxe, but he's a lot. He is a mini bot, but they should have put the mini bots in a different category or something, or in a different class, and charge you to maybe like 25 or something. 20 would have been better. But because you're paying $30 for this, but you're also paying $30 for a bigger deluxe. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyways, the weapon's pretty cool. They did paint that, and they did paint the mask. That's nice. So I like that. I love the Autobot symbols, on the wings, and then on the chest is really nice. So overall, love the bot mode. The alt mode is meh. It's not that good. So I do recommend it. If you want to get all the other mini bots, you might as well get him too. But he does have some issues. Like I said, my arm kept popping off at the mushroom peg. Did I have any other issues? I can remember. I think that was it. Yeah. So it's all right. All right. Like, share, prayers, and Care Bears. Hit that sub button for me if you don't mind. Hit me in some comments to me thought of the review. And I guess I'll see you in the next Transformer review. And as always, be good to yourself. Hell freaking Transformers. And good night, folks.